The Conjuring House situation just got seriously bad, and by that it sounds quite dramatic, but by the end of this video you're going to be like, whoa, he wasn't kidding. Now, before you go in the comments and say anything, yes, I've got a very bloodshot eye. I do look like one of the zombies from 28 Days Later. It was my son. He's decided to bring home conjunctivitis from nursery and pass it around like it's just something fun. And yeah, it's a minger, it's stinky, I apologise. It looks pretty badass, but it's not fun. Anyway, back to the Conjuring House and the point of today's video. So, the point is, Brian Dansereau, you might remember him from a couple of days ago. He made a GoFundMe for basically getting fired unlawfully from the Conjuring House after the spirits told Jacqueline Nunes, the owner of the Conjuring House, that he had been stealing money and psychically attacking her. Yes, that was truly the reason why he was fired from the house. But it got even more insane when the owner of the Conjuring House texted him this after posting it to his GoFundMe, and she actually screenshot it and then sent it along to her like he wouldn't see it. So the message states, "You stole $3,000 from the Conjuring House. It speaks for itself. The fact that you go starting a GoFundMe page is laughable. Tell the Conjuring House what laws we broke by firing someone we stood to make $100,000 per year as a VP of operations if he had only not stolen our money from merchandise sales. Do not contribute to his GoFundMe page. Thieves are not protected class under federal or state discrimination laws. Rather, we call them felons. I don't care what you think about the owner of the TCH, the Conjuring House. He has no legal leg to stand on. This is what happens to shitty, lying felons, and I won't press charges. We are too busy hosting people from around the globe. Probably not anymore. People who commit immoral acts or eventually lose their jobs and then start a GoFundMe pages. I can't think of a couple of paranormal losers, but I won't name names." I can think of a couple of paranormal losers, but won't name names. Oh, shots fired there. By the way, voices in one's head is called mediumistic skills. You're pathetic, and it underscores that I made the right decision because John Arnold has told me of other people doing unethical things, but yours was obviously egregious. My giddy aunt. That is one hell of a claim to make, right? By the way, for someone to literally post this and be like stating that they've got voices in their heads, if you took that to court, you're going to get laughed out of court. But you're probably thinking, well, that's pretty batshit crazy. It gets even worse. As Jason Hawes, this man right here, father of Satori Hawes, and father-in-law of Cody Desbians, over on his YouTube channel, Conjuring Update, you won't believe what I was accused of. And believe me, you will not believe what he was accused of. Let's take a little look because it is absolutely simply strange.
Hello, everybody. So it has been an insane couple days. And I'm going to stress that again. It has been an insane couple days. So if you haven't heard or seen what has been going on with the Conjuring House or following the Conjuring Chaos, whatever you want to call it, you have no idea what you've been missing. Now,
honestly, this is huge drama. One of the biggest things in the paranormal field is not about paranormal investigations. People think it is, but in the paranormal space on YouTube, it's just drama, drama, drama. I've never known a niche to have so much drama. It's not about the paranormal investigations anymore. It's not about finding ghosts and ghouls. It's all about the drama, because drama gets clicks more than that of the paranormal investigations.
now, I did not want to make this video, but I have to make this video now because I think I've just been accused of being involved in an assassination plot.
Yeah. Let's just let that one sit for a second. He's been accused of being in part of an assassination attempt.
And I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to show those messages.
Here we go.
Because it gets crazier and crazier. And I don't know. So if you haven't followed the drama, or you have no idea what's been going on, back in the end of April, beginning of May, 7 employees turned in their resignation because they were dealing with some issues. And the owner, they communicated back and forth, and the owner was trying to get them to stay and change things, and they all declined.
Long story short, she literally blackmailed Cody and Satori and said that if they left and proceeded with their resignation, she would literally expose them as fake. But, you know, in the same breath, it would also expose her as fake because she willingly allowed fake to take part on an evening of real paranormal investigation. So therefore, she also scammed the audience. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword, Jacqueline.
So those messages got worse and worse throughout the period of time. And then, I believe it was July 10th, all of a sudden, a post gets posted where just viciously attacking them. Claiming all these things, let alone the text messages that were accusing people of stealing money, accessing accounts, and you can see all that. It's on a video right here on Jason Hawes. So check it out. But then, if we didn't think it could get crazier, the general manager Brian was asking about his pay. He was owed $9,000 in back pay, and when he inquired about it, he was told that John Arnold, who died in 1839. Told the owner, she says herself, that he was stealing from her and he wasn't getting paid.
Let's just talk about that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine Brian takes her to court and she's like, oh, I didn't pay him for 5 weeks worth of work at the total of $9,000, which, by the way, that's a great pay packet. Because John Arnold, who died in 1839, you know, almost 200 years ago, told me he was stealing from me. The judge would be like, get her out of here, pay him right now.
So he said, well, we got a camera, we got audio, you can record, the whole thing's recorded, you can check. No, didn't matter. John Arnold told her that he was stealing, so she threw him out. Brian, I made a video for, you can check that out. Again, it's on the page. Feel horrible. He's seeking legal recourse, which he should. But she also she also told him that, well, if you go public or anything, I'm going to sue you. And that is an ongoing trend with this person. Now it gets interesting. Now, I can't even say interesting. I did not want to make this video. I really didn't. Because I have major concerns. Not for myself. For the owner. I have major concerns for her. Not about her. For her. Also, I have major concerns for any employees that still work there. I think there's one left. Because the other gentleman, Kevin, quit yesterday because he was terrified for his safety.
Wow.
And, you know, so he ended up getting out of there.
Holy shit.
But I have concerns for her. I have concerns for anybody who works there. And I have a lot of concerns for anybody who goes there to stay, who booked overnights. Yesterday, people showed up for an event that they couldn't get into because nobody was there.
Wow, this is bad. This is really bad. This is beyond bad.
Kevin had quit, which totally understand, and she didn't show up. So nobody got in. Now,
by the way, how disappointed would you be if you were one of the paying customers going to that night? Bear in mind, it is not cheap to get in. There was a full breakdown over on the Side Eye Guy's YouTube channel where he stated that he paid $2,350, so $2,350 just for one night for him and a group of people. Yes, 2 people were allowed to record, so that's why there was a premium. But at the same time, that's almost $2,500 to not be able to get in. Like, in this person's case. You'd want a refund, but in the state of mind that Jacqueline Nunez is in, you can't guarantee you get a refund.
There are people... Okay, so we got... Yesterday morning, I get up to go to a plumbing job. And... you know, which, yes, I'm still a plumber. Work for Roto-Rooter. Now, I haven't talked to Jacqueline, the owner of the Conjuring house, since March, when she reached out to me saying that she had a plumbing issue and was asking for guidance. And these are the messages right here. March 17th. Let's have a look.
Hi, Jason. Happy St. Paddy's Day. I hope it's a good one. We need a roto router at TCH for a clogged drain in staff quarters. I know you used to be affiliated. Who should I call? I appreciate your help. Basically, he helped. Thank you. I'm sorry for your... I'm not sure what that's about, but that seems like a, you know, amicable conversation there.
She reaches out. I tell her, absolutely, you know, you can call this number. My friend Chris was the general manager. He just passed away, but, you know, this number will connect you. Okay, so there. Her response, thank you. I'm very sorry. Let me show you the whole thing because I want 100% transparency.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
So, thank you. I'm sorry for your loss. I'll call the plumber. I appreciate it. I'll call the number. I appreciate it. Hope hello to you and your family for me. Hopefully I'll see you sometime somewhere soon. Whatever. Okay. Haven't spoken to her since. So, that being said, yesterday I get up to a text of a video that shows a pickup truck at 4:07 in the morning, 4:08 in the morning, backing up out of her property, right next to her car. Now, I'm going to show the text, and I'll show the video at the end, because at the end of the video, it's her holding her cell phone, recording it. At the end of the video, she says something weird like, "Who's he talking to?" Whatever. But this is what I received, okay? "I'm told you knew of the assassination attempt on me. I will never be defeated or destroyed by any effing paranormal person now or at any time in the future. So effing be it."
Whoa! That's one hell of an accusation to make. You knew of the assassination attempt on me. What the Fatucky, man?
Okay.
That's a fucking bombshell, isn't it? I heard you know about the assassination attempt on me. Jesus.
I let that go. I was like, I have no idea what's going on here. Because I don't. Anyways, here is the second part of that. "Just wait. I know there are going to be arrests. So just wait. Brittany, Aaron, and Tiffany will be dealt with separately." Which, I have to be honest, sounds like a threat to those ladies. And they should look into some sort of a protection.
That does sound like a threat. It does sound threatening, that. Like, to be dealt with separately, like, something's going to happen. She's going to make sure that something gets done about it.
Because this is so unhinged. I mean, it's all over the place. And, you know, I made a video for Brian because Brian, the general manager, asked about the money he was owed, and he was terminated over what's supposedly a ghost. And then he created a GoFundMe page, and this lady went on and attacked him.
Wow,
and
man.
Called him a loser and all this other stuff, and nobody should donate to his GoFundMe page.
Wow.
He's only trying to pay his rent and food.
Now, this could be an unpopular opinion right now, but just hear me out. My mind, because of the state of mind that Jacqueline Nunes is clearly in right now, my mind goes to, this is set up by her to take someone down who's talking out about her. Jason Hawes, he obviously hosted a platform for people who worked for Jacqueline Nunes to expose some harsh truths. Now, my mind goes straight to, well, this person, she's clearly like maybe set something up herself to make it seem like Jason Hawes has plotted an assassination attempt against her to get him taken down, to stop this, you know, broadcasting of negativity about her and the Conjuring house. That sounds batshit crazy. But if you think about the state of mind that this person's clearly in, and basically the warpath that this person is going on to take down anyone that speaks out against her, is it so unrealistic? My mind, no, not really.
Well, that's what we need to survive. And he can't survive if you haven't paid him in 2 months. And now you're telling him you won't pay him. And you're telling him if he goes public, you're going to sue him. So, anyways, getting back to the story, she goes, "I know that was you, Jason F. and Hawes, in the truck. If you zoom in, you can see your face. I'm told that Jake Murray and Joe Ranone will be turning over all their evidence of your psychic torture and other means of depraved cruelty."
What does that even mean? How can you get evidence of psychic torture? Genuinely, what does that mean? What is psychic torture, and how do you provide evidence of that? Because the last time I checked, psychic was like, you know, not psychotic in this sense, but like psychic as in telekinesis and that kind of bollocks, you know? But it's mad. How do you prove that? Does someone just come in and go, yes, you're psychically torturing someone? Man.
We have much physical evidence because some of you were stupid enough to use Facebook Messenger. There are also emails and text messages. Now, the only message I've ever had with her, text, I just showed those. I don't think I've ever talked to her through Facebook Messenger or emails. But, I mean, maybe an email, but I don't think ever an email. So anyways, so as this point, I was being accused of some sort of an assassination attempt on her.
Wow, man.
Now,
Wow.
here's the main issue with this all. I'm going to go back and I want to show this picture because this is the most interesting part. So this white vehicle you see in this picture is the owner's vehicle. Now, there is a pickup truck that is backing out at 4:07, 4:08 a.m. in the morning. Now, these people, Jacqueline, the owner, had to let in because nobody was there. These people showed up for an overnight and nobody was there. So she finally showed up. She let them in. Now, she let them in. They were driving a pickup truck. She let them in. It's a red pickup truck, I believe. And I actually have their information and everything else. So,
Wow. So she's basically pinning an assassination attempt on Jason Hawes because of a red pickup truck, even though the red pickup truck was apparently belonging to the people that went to the overnight where she had to get out and go and let them in because there was no one there. What kind of like messed up voodoo shenanigan is this?
she lets them in. She asks them, "Would you like a tour?" And they said yes. Her response, and I can't make this stuff up. So just bear with me.
Hang on.
Her response is, "Okay, let me go get a staff member." She goes into the room, locks the door, and never came back.
What kind of business is this? This is some... What the...
Never came back. These people knocked on the door, tried to make contact with her. She never came back.
Oh
she never
my God.
answered.
This is mad.
So these people at 4:08 in the morning, they were probably tired. They didn't know what was going on. They left, driving a pickup truck. The very pickup truck she opened the gates and let in.
Oh my God.
So now, and this was 2 days. This was two nights ago. So not last night. It was the night before. And then yesterday, people showed up for a whole event thing that was going on, and nobody was there. The police showed up to tell them that they had to leave the property. Nobody was there. So these people paid for something, but nobody was there. So again, I'm going to show the video at the end of this, and you can watch the video. You can hear her talking at the very end of it, whispering, "Who's he talking to?" or something. But this was the first text, the video, the first part of the text.
Okay.
And okay. And again, this was the second part. Just going in on it. So now with this, I try to just let things go.
By the way, like, this is a little bit off topic, but Jason Hawes has got the most soothing voice. I could listen to him talk literally all day. Like, a bit off topic, but it's just making this video so much more enjoyable.
Maybe somebody's having a bad day. I don't know. But now, so she just did a post earlier, again, on the Conjuring House Facebook page.
Okay.
And blocking and also deleting all comments that are opposed to it, which is exactly what they did with a bunch of the other posts that they did recently.
Standard.
Where they were attacking people, and 1,400 comments. I think there were 2 positive comments to the whole thing.
Wow.
And I think that's people who didn't actually read what the post was in the first place. But they're deleting, they're banning, they're doing all this stuff. But she just did a post, and I'm going to show you this. Okay, here we go. This is incredible. Watch what happens. The guy who pulled up in the truck at 2:30 a.m. looks like Jason Hawes. We are divinely protected, and so are all of the well-intentioned visitors. This is the 3rd time I've posted these videos. Some hijacker of our the Conjuring House account has deleted most of my posts, and I will find out who they are. How can evidence of paranormal activity be so threatening that they need to do anything to prevent people from seeing it? In this message, she directly drags me into it. So here's the biggest concern on this. All right, I hate making this video because I really did not want to make this video.
Wow, man.
I didn't. My concern is for the owner of the property first, because I think anybody who sees these messages has the same concern as I do.
She's clearly not well. Clearly. Like, someone can... I don't know if it's the same in the US, but in the UK, you can call for a wellness check, basically, where you phone the police, you say, look, I don't think this person's doing particularly well. Can someone please go over, check on them? And, you know, basically do a very brief kind of psychological analysis to see if this person is actually okay, and then just take it from there. Usually it's for someone that you haven't seen for a few days, they haven't left their house kind of thing. You get the police to go over and just do a wellness check. Is that something that could be done here? Because yes, she is leaving her house, yes, she is active on social media, but she's clearly not well. Clearly.
But beyond that, my concern is for anybody who may have employment. I think there's only one person still employed at the Conjuring house who hasn't quit yet. And any guest who books an overnight or who books a tour, because you need to remember that this individual's on that property. This individual is staying in either in the trailer that's on the property or in the living quarters that are also on that property. So my main concern, of course, is for everybody's safety. The financial issue, bad enough. I don't want to see people get screwed out of money, but I don't want to see people get injured. And that's the scariest part.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why I'm making this video. I mean, I just want everybody to be safe.
Yeah.
Now, with this, we need to take into consideration a couple other things. First off, you do a post online. A lot of times there's ramifications that come from these posts. So if I posted something online attacking an individual, there's always a chance that one of my followers might have issues that make them think differently. And you need to take into consideration that sometimes you put others in the threat of harm. So if I posted something and somebody was like, well, hey, Jason's concerned about this, maybe I'll help him out. That's a concern for me. I never want something I say to affect somebody. It's happened in the past, and I don't ever want it to happen again. But now her doing a post like this, if there was anybody out there who thought she was in her right mind,
yeah,
by posting something like this, and they thought this person's in threat, let me help her out. So now I have to take consideration or concern for the well-being of my family.
Wow.
Me, my family, my children, all these people. So her posting something like this and making it appear as if I'm randomly showing up or trespassing, doing whatever on her property to cause her harm can lead potentially to people being severely hurt.
Yeah, and this is the issue. She's not got any proof that Jason Hawes absolutely, categorically, 1,000,000% without a shadow of a doubt was there. And the issue is she's clearly, to me anyway, this is just my opinion, I believe that she is clearly trying to stop the negative press coming from probably the biggest, argument out there. Jason Hawes, right? He's the biggest platform covering this right now. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views per video. It's not a good look. She wants it to stop. How do you do that? Well, you try and silence the person that you do by any means necessary. That's the kind of character that Jacqueline Nunes clearly is. We've seen it with Brian, we've seen it with Cody and Satori, we've seen it with the people that have left, and now we're seeing it with Jason Hawes. Anybody who steps in her path. We saw it with Mythos Paranormal a few months ago, where Jacqueline Nunes tried to drag him into some shit and try and silence him. She's clearly doing anything that she can. It's textbook stuff to try and silence him. It's messy. It's really messy.
Let's be honest. It's not a far shot, especially in this world these days. So these are major concerns.
For sure.
These are major concerns. This is a can of worms that she just opened up. that I
100%.
don't think she can close. And she's already going to be dealing with severe legal action from numerous individuals.
Yeah.
And now, very possibly, I have to get involved in it. So,
I mean, this is defamation of character. It would go down as defamation. She's accused someone of an assassination attempt when they clearly haven't. A notable figure at that, Jason Hawes. You know, he's been on TV as a ghost hunter. He's now huge on YouTube. He's big in the paranormal. Everybody knows him. You know, this is a defamation case. And the issue is with Jacqueline is, yes, she might have endless pots of cash, but that will soon dry up. Especially if she can't fulfill events at the Conjuring house. She'll have to continue dishing out refunds. People will stop booking. You know, it's going to get really messy. And I don't know how she can defend herself against such accusations and such, well, not even accusations anymore. This is just fact.
You know, bottom line, and you know what? Another thing I need to, I need to say, I got to get this off my chest.
Here we go.
Because I've seen some people post about it, some people talking about it. There is nothing to do with demonic possession in this situation.
For sure.
I need that to be 100% clear. Anybody saying she's possessed, understand you're only giving a way out with something that she's not. She's not, 100%. So we need to stop this whole bullshit.
Yeah, it's enabling the behaviour. Because if Jacqueline Nunez sees that, she's like, yes, I am possessed, you're absolutely right. And then it's almost like a get out of jail free card. No, we hold these people accountable, right? She's making bad decisions. Bad decisions are reprehensible. And we need to make sure that we are holding those people accountable. Because at the end of the day, she's in a position of significant power. Business owner, a manager. She's got staff that work for her. One member of staff that works for her now. She owes someone money. She's in a significant place of power and she should be held accountable for bad decisions. And bad decisions are being made right now. Don't give her excuses. Don't excuse the behavior. Fucking hold it accountable.
With everything's a demon. I mean, it's gotta stop. I mean, people think that, okay, maybe that is what sells, but if it's what sells, then I don't want any damn part of it.
This isn't a Twin Paranormal episode title. No, it's not demonic. It's just not.
Bottom line is saying, oh, well, she's possessed. It's the house that's doing this to her. It has nothing to do with that. So we need to stop making that a scapegoat for somebody's actions.
Yep.
People need help. Bottom line. It has nothing to do with the paranormal. It has nothing to do with that house. It has to do with that person.
Let's take a little look at previous owners, right? Previous owners have never experienced, apart from obviously the very first owner where this whole thing spiraled from, have never experienced demonic possessions until Jacqueline Nunez. But there has been a long string spanning back over months now of bad decisions. Bad decision, bad decision, bad decision, bad decision, bad decision. I'm getting called out for my bad decisions now. Bad decision, bad decision, bad decision. I'm demonically possessed. No. Don't accuse it. Don't account for it. Don't.
And we need to take that into consideration. We need to stop thinking this whole demonic thing, because then people will never get the assistance that they truly need.
Yeah, for sure.
So stop with the bullshit about
speaking facts.
Possession and demons. And some people might think that's what sells because they do it on their frickin' show all the time. Well, it's complete bullshit. I've been doing this for 30-something years. We handle cases directly for numerous religious organizations. 99.9% of the cases that we get sent to write up preliminary reports on possession or demonic hauntings have nothing, not one thing, to do with the paranormal or a demon. So stop with the bullshit about demons. All right? And that starts at the top. Let's be honest. Because that's just people putting it out there and letting all these people watch it and then claiming, oh, well, you know, no, they're out there. No, they're not. You're the one that's fabricating this. You're the one that's pushing this whole ideology. That's not real. You're not helping people. You're hurting people.
Fair.
You're not helping the field. You're hurting the field. You're making a mockery of this field. So stop giving somebody the freaking, the escape of using that for bad choices or other issues. It's to the point where it's so disgusting. You know, this field has always been so important to me and so many others. And to see what some people have turned it into is just, it's heartbreaking. It truly is. And if that's the shit people want, well, then it's not worth it for me, because I'm never going down that path. So that's my little rant on this whole bullshit of everything being possessions and demons and all that stuff. Do I believe in negative entities? 100%. But I believe 99.9% of those have nothing to do with it. So bottom line, stop with that bullshit. Now getting back to this, people need to be concerned. People need to be careful.
Yeah. This person right now is very dangerous. There's no two ways about it. She's a very dangerous person with a lot of power. Okay? And those are two things that should never mix. Danger and power. Because with power comes influence, and with influence becomes reckless decisions. Okay? And with someone that's clearly quite dangerous right now, throwing around the accusations that she is, it's really a bad look. And the problem is she can just buy her way out of any trouble. And that really is the bottom line of it. And that's why, you know, dangerous people should not be left in charge of important things. Unfortunately, they are, as we have seen in this case, but I'm massively concerned as well, just like what Jason is.
This is something that needs to be handled.
Appropriately.
And I worry about her safety.
Not just handled appropriately.
I worry about that property, and I worry about anybody and everybody who comes into contact with this individual. It has nothing to do with the paranormal. But help is needed. And as long as people are going there, you're financially making it impossible to do so.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you want my advice? Cut all ties with that place. Put that place as far out of your mind as possible. Make sure the world knows. Because that person will never take the help as long as she's got the ability to keep on going. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I think Jason actually makes a really fair point there. And, you know, fair play to Jason for making this video, because he's done it. Not, like, if it were me, right, I'd be going fucking balls to the wall, and I would be fuming that someone has accused me of trying to assassinate them and then publicly blasted me online for it. And, you know, that is concerning. That's a huge red flag. And for someone like Jason Hawes and his stature, he's got a lot to lose from accusations like that. You know, not just in the sense of his platform, but in the sense of real world events. Now, if there's one piece of advice I would give you, never ever take internet beef or online beef into the real world. Okay? Like, you'd never mix the two. If you've got a real life problem with someone, take it out with them in real life. If you've got an internet problem with someone, hash it out on the internet. But don't mix the two, ever. Right, we are going to watch the alleged clip of Jason Hawes driving his red pickup truck, and then we'll wrap up this video. But my lord, this is just crazy.
And stay safe.
First of all, those lights are so blinding that you literally can't make out who is behind the wheel.
I was talking to them.
How can you make out who's in the driver's... Motherfucker. Genuinely, how can you make out who's actually in the driving seat of this car? Like, those lights are hella blinding. I can't see shit. Right, let's have a little rewind. Right. Even here. Wait, hang on. I'm thinking of a British car where you're sat on. No, the driver would be sat on this side, right? It's an American car, so it's my passenger seat. Yeah, no, it would be on this side of the car. I don't know how she can make out that that's Jason Hawes. Man, this entire situation just got absolutely insane, and I don't think we're going to see the end of it anytime soon. I mean, like I said before, fair play to Jason for making this video, you know, in such a pragmatic, humble way. I couldn't have done it in that way, but that's just me. What do you guys make of the whole situation? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It's safe to say this is for sure simply strange. Yeah, if you have gone on to find this video informative in any way, drop a like and subscribe. Tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, I hope you guys have enjoyed, if you can even say that. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.